have a treat in the house tonight.
Yes.
And we ask everybody to greet her with a hearty amen.
Praise Him.
Our sister Verna Best is going to bring us a poem.
Amen.
Honor to God, to Elder Fritz, Pastor, I love you, she's sweet. To you, Pastor Cheryl, for asking me. To Missionary Valerie, Evangelist, thank you for always supporting, and I love to be here. You're like family, so you stuck with me. The piece that I'm doing tonight. Do you mind if I come up here just to do a demonstration? I have a big mouth, so I really don't need the mic. When the piece that I'm doing tonight is called the Discourse. When you look at the word discourse, it's a verbal or written teaching. And what comes to my mind is Jesus on the Mount of Olives, or the Mount of Oil, as he gave his teachings concerning the end times, called Olivet Discourse. When you look at a view of Mount Olives, it was an elevated place. When you're in your elevated place, it's a place where you can see afar off, where you can look out. When you're elevated, it's not to speak of yourself, but it's to see others. It's to see my sister over here, Pastor, the writer, the poet. It's to see others, the hurting, the sick. So just keep in mind, when you're in your elevated place, it's a place where you can see others, where you can approach things in a different manner. The discourse. Amen. Moving on to bigger and better things, I heard someone once say, but how you gonna be better if you never learn how to pray and listen to the voice of God? Treat your fellow neighbors with the highest regard. I know it's hard being a Christian, trying to distinguish the real from the fake. Even the devil was once an angel before he transformed into a snake. Using Facebook and Instagram likes to measure your worth. Don't you know you've been chosen before the foundation of this earth? Never allow anyone to put a price tag on your existence. Sometimes you have to take a step back and view folks from a distance, representing Christ in a negative light, walking in darkness when they should be the light, going from church to church, trying to quench their hunger and thirst. But first, you must seek the righteousness of the Lord, and then and only then will you be restored and filled. How you gonna get delivered if you don't know how to stand still and see the salvation of the Lord? If you call upon his name, you will truly be restored. Going from woman to woman, going from man to man, thinking this will increase your brand, only to be labeled and marked down at the bargain basement price. Before you give up your goods, Joe, you better think twice. Present your body as a living sacrifice without spot, wrinkle, or blemish, as we are transformed from glory to glory in God's image. Listen, there's levels to this. As we walk in increasing glory, as we behold the mirror image of Christ's story. Listen, he was despised and rejected, they received him not. They must have forgot his assignment. They weren't in alignment with the truth. But that's just proof for you and I. If they rejected Jesus, then we too will have to cry and taste of the bitter cup and be forsaken of men. Not everyone will elect to be your friend. That's just the way it goes. Friends become enemies, allies become foes, but only God knows the price you paid to be anointed. Many are called, few are chosen, and others were appointed. But I'm just shaking my head because at the end of the day, as it was with the workers in the vineyard, they all received the same pay. Well, what are you trying to say in this discourse? I'm glad you asked. That only what you do for Christ will last. Be careful not to do your good works in public in order to attract attention. This is called hypocrisy, the highest form of pretension. What you do in secret, God will reward openly. Why continue to be bound when Christ has made us free? Discourse. God bless you.